Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am glad you're here. I was looking at the idea today and reading the lessons that are dealing with time in the Course in Miracles, right? And the entire Course in Miracles teaches you to think about time in a different manner, right? Time does not pass. It is not a continuous flow. Instead, the way the Course in Miracles, right, the way it's trying to get you to think is that all time is going on all the time. All time is going on right here, right now, past, present, and future. Another way of saying is it's trying to get you to come into a here and now, right? Because the human mind is never here and now. It's always preoccupied. It's always preoccupied with the past. And that's because it relives that single moment, right? That moment of this schism, that moment that happened too long ago for you to remember. The moment when the time of terror took the place of love. That's the entire human life from birth to death is a reliving of that moment, right? That was so long ago in time that you can't remember, right? And that eternity didn't even notice. And that moment became a serious idea when you believed you were separate from source, right? That moment when you believed the moment of the first attack on yourself. We can express this in many ways, right? It's the moment when you forgot to laugh, right? You can laugh now because many of you out there are waking up, but it wasn't so fun, right? And you're that entire space and time is that reliving of that single moment. So the human mind is concerned, it's anxious, it's fearful, it's continuously preoccupied with the past because it's remembering that moment. Because if you for a moment are right here, right now, there is no concern, there is no fear, right? It's impossible to be fearful right here, right now. Fear is always associated with time. Hmm? And what you do then is you project that fear into the future, and now you're concerned, anticipating the same lack in the future, right? So you're going to defend yourself, you're going to plan for the future. What's one of the lessons in our Course in Miracles? Planning for the future is an attack on God, isn't it? Because God, if you want to access God, you be right here, right now. God isn't hiding. He is completely accessible, right? It's it's the human mind that hides in its denial of its true identity, right? In space-time, in a world of its own making. So yes, A Course in Miracles is trying to get us into a here and now, right? It's a practice. I was looking at lesson number 7, and he says, old ideas about time are very difficult to change because everything you believe is rooted in time. And he says, and depends on your not learning these new ideas about it, right? If you don't learn new ideas about time, you're going to be stuck in that old belief, right? But he says, yet that is precisely why you need new ideas about time, right? It's exactly why you need completely new ideas, right? And then he goes into a thing like, look at this cup, right? What do you know about this cup if you hadn't learned about it before, right? Would you know what it is? Would you know what it feels like, right? And that's a fact. The next lesson is also incredibly beautiful. He says, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. That's exactly true, right? Your mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. And it says, this idea is, of course, the reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. He sees his own thoughts projected outward, right? The entire world is the projection of your own mind. And that's all it is. And it's over and gone. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time from which your seeing suffers. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. Right? There is no other time than this very moment. And yet your mind continuously, right, drifts off into the present, in the past. It remembers, it anticipates, it is anxious, it's worried, it's all about time, isn't it? It therefore cannot understand time and cannot in fact understand anything. I love it. And then listen to the next line. The only whole thought what one can hold about the past is that it is not there. To think about it at all, right? And you, let's be honest, you do this continuously. To think about it at all, therefore, is to think about illusions. And now the next part is the part that no one likes. Listen to this. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or in anticipating the future. That's the same thing. Just in case you're wondering what the difference is, there isn't any. Anticipating, thinking about the past or anticipating the future is the same idea. It's your refusal to be right here, right now. The mind is actually blank when it does this because it is not really thinking about anything. That's, in a nutshell, the human condition. The mind is blank because the thoughts it is having are not real, are over and gone, have nothing to do with reality, right? Are thought separately from God, but you can't really think separate from God, so you retreat in feverish illusions, hence your world, right? No, no. Right here, right now, is a communication available that that transcends, if you will, space-time, right? Coming into a here and now is having an open mind, is listening, is receiving all you need to know in that very moment, right? There is no concern about the past. There is no thought about anticipating the future. The interesting thing is that all of you have had these moments. Remember, go back in your mind, remember that one moment when you were doing something and you were completely focused, you forgot about everything else around you. You were right here, right now, just focusing on that one thing you were doing. And there was a peace involved in this because you weren't distracted. You weren't drifting off into some concern or anticipating. You were just here now. You were focusing. It was timeless. Time was standing still. And when you snapped out of it, hours and hours have passed and you weren't even aware of it. That's that coming in the present moment. That's the practice of the workbook of A Course in Miracles. Because that's the closest you can come to eternity. Remember, time and eternity are two ideas that are opposites and they cannot coexist. Either everything is eternal or everything is timeful, but you can't have both, right? Truth is true and nothing else is true, right? Truth is wholly consistent. It doesn't try to uh, um, make two ideas true, right? It doesn't try to compromise between two ideas. If everything is eternal, then there is no time. Okay, so truly, you're trying to just continuously make two ideas true. Well, I know God is in heaven and heaven is eternal, but I'm here in time. No, there's no such thing as time. Right? It's a belief to be undone. And those of you who have had crossover moments, when for a moment you crossed over to the other side, know and have experienced the absence of time there. There is no time. Time doesn't pass, right? So that's part of the mind training, coming into the here and now. Let go of all your concern. Let go of all your fears because they're always associated with what you have learned and you were badly taught, right? Come into this present moment. Don't plan for the future. Even if maybe, right? Maybe you got to prepare something for your job tomorrow. That's still included in the here and now. You'll be told everything you need to do. It's amazing when you quiet your mind for a moment, everything that comes back rushing in. Many of us have these moments when we, go to bed and we lay down and we quiet down and suddenly go like, oh, this is what I got to do, right? Oh, I still needed to do this, right? It's at that moment when you sufficiently quiet your mind that you suddenly remember things, right? That idea, right? You'll be told everything that you need to know. You'll be told perfectly, you'll be perfectly taken care of, right? The whole idea that you need to take care of yourself, that you need to provide for yourself, otherwise you won't be okay, is exactly the opposite, right? No, no, no. God is your security. God is your source. He takes perfectly care of you. There will be nothing you're left wanting, right? That's it's an entirely different mindset, isn't it? It's where you have no concern about tomorrow. What does he say in the New Testament? Consider the lilies, right? Well, they're not worried about tomorrow. Why are you? Right? That idea, right? You just really relax in this moment. You're really relaxed into the present moment, right? Yes, you know tomorrow you're going to have to maybe do things, but what is that to you now? If you're completely resting and relaxed into this moment, where's the concern? It isn't there. So these are beautiful lessons. And I love it. It says the purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. While, I love this, listen to this, just one more line. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy the mind, thoughtless ideas, right? The truth is blocked. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank rather than believing that it is filled with real ideas is the first step to opening the way to vision. It is so interesting. You turn on your news, turn on your TV, and see all the minds on there that are trying to defend their thought system. My thoughts are true, yours are not. That idea, right? And you're defending it, and you're defending it, and you're upset, and you're angry, and you're going at the other guy, and because you are going to defend your thoughts, and none of them mean anything. They're completely meaningless. They have nothing to do with truth, right? And it's a closed mindset. Instead, many of you out there undergoing your own awakening and transformation of mind have learned that having an open mind means being willing to let go of your ideas, right? Even those you think are true, right? The fact of the matter is, what you have recognized is that you really don't know, right? And even those moments when you thought you knew, you were still wrong. It's that unknowing, we call this divine ignorance, right? When you're in this present moment with a wholly open mind and you're willing to recognize, listen, I could be completely wrong about this. Why don't I let this go and see what happens, right? Why don't I sit here with an open mind for a moment and ask for help and ask to be shown? That's the mind training. It's the willingness to have a completely open mind right here, right now, and be shown what is true. So yes, the entire Course in Miracles is a practice in coming into the here and now. I love you. Have a great, great day wherever and whenever you are. I'm glad you joined me for a moment. And I'll see you everywhere.